All right, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Little scalp lot. Back with a recap. Unfortunately, this will be a red day recap. Today was extremely tricky. That is okay. Again, just reviewing what I went for throughout the day, why, and that's pretty much it. Just to start, somebody did ask me yesterday, how do I select the stocks that I'm looking for? I have pretty simple selection criteria. It's pretty similar to Warrior Trading. However, I'm gonna be honest. I get a lot of my stock selection criteria from him. Has to be on the top gainers list, of course. If it's not, it's not on the top gainer, I'm not paying attention to it because other people are paying attention to it. And the setup that I play requires retail volume. So, secondly, ideally, we want to have a catalyst on the day. News, something. I'd say recently a lot of the things haven't really been coming out with great news, but if it does have a catalyst, I have more conviction in the setup. Next would be a low float, CYCU for example. Even though it's a penny stock, free float, 8 million. I look for like anything under 20 million. That's usually my go-to. And obviously, we need a lot of volume. We need a lot of shares being traded on the day, and even more importantly, it needs to be high relatively. So let's just see CYCU for example. Let's see when this was. This was at 7 a.m. Got a nice pop at 7 a.m. Had pretty good volume, but then I looked. Average volume was about 5 million. So when I look at that, as soon as I see something moving, I'm going back on the daily, and I'm kind of looking at like, what's this thing done in the past, whatever X amount of time. We see this thing here has a super weird daily, whatever. Let me just go over what it did today and kind of how I traded what I traded. So like I said, we had this good pop here. I'm pretty sure I missed this dip. If I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure I missed this dip. This was the one that I looked for. Pretty close to the 8. Had a little bit of space there. All that means is that I'm taking more risk. Like, if this isn't like a perfect dip to the 5-minute 8, all I have to keep in mind is that I'm taking bigger risk. And today was definitely not a day to do that because it's super slow. This was pretty much the only thing moving at the time. Like I said, I think I missed this. It tried to go for new highs, but especially on a stock like this, I don't really size into pennies lately. It's just not my thing. Just right now, with the risk management I'm working on, I kind of set myself at a max share size right now, and like, I really wasn't going to be able to make money on this. I tried it anyways, but this was a nice setup though. I did like this one more. This one was kind of choppy. I think I took some here. Oh, okay. I remember now. I took some here, so I missed this whole thing. I didn't even try it. But it looked like it wanted to take a little bit longer to pull back, and when it finally tapped the 8 on this candle right here, I entered at about 83, risking off this 82. So like very small risk, and it just didn't hold up. It tried to bounce, and then it just flushed. I just stopped right out. But the reason that I did grab that is because it didn't touch the 8 right here. So I'm like, okay, maybe it just needs to pull back a little more. This is the only thing moving. It pulled back, tapped the 8. It just didn't hold up. I just cut it. But then at 8, it got another push right after 8 a.m. And then when did I grab? I think I seen this wick right here. No, I don't think I did. I think it was right here. I think I had a line mark like that. So I did have like this dip in mind. That was the 8. That would have been my risk. But I think I snagged some off of VWAP right here. Let me see. This was 87. Yeah, I think I grabbed 87s and I was risking this 85. We had a nice push. It didn't make new highs, but it did make a nice push right here. Again, I couldn't size in too much to like really make money on this thing. So it was kind of unfortunate. It was a super slow morning. This was the only thing going until, I believe, GV. We did have SLXM, but I didn't trade that. GV. This one is a pain in the ass all day. Unfortunately, this one popped closer to 930. I don't really like setups going into 930 too much. It's just because like time of day is important to me too. Like my best times are like 7 a.m. to 7:45. Once we get closer to 8, and then the chart glitch happens on Webull, I try to stay away from trading between like close to 8 and a little bit after 8. So same thing for like going into open. This one was kind of like ripping into open. It didn't really give a pullback here. I mean, I wanted to see it come back and tap the 8, but I'm like, oh, we're getting close to 930 anyway, so like I couldn't really trade this initial move. But it did have a nice open. It did have a nice open. And I was watching this very first pullback, and looking back, I probably should have kept in mind that this thing just made a big move. Like, it made a pretty big move. So like, I was taking starters off of VWAP here, looking for the bounce, but I should have just been more patient because like this thing needed to pull back a little bit more. I mean, it didn't have a pullback at all going into open, and like I should have expected this to have a bigger pullback. Like I said, I was like anticipating the bounce here, and I had some starters around like 250, and then I had like 240s, and then we dipped all the way down to 217. I ended up getting cut up there. I stopped out for a loss, and then I re-entered. Like, I think I tried this thing about 3 or 4 times today. Like, I definitely overtraded it. It was pretty frustrating. Like, the best play would have been for me to wait for this to happen, wait for this whole dip to happen. Hindsight's 2020, of course, but wait for this to happen and then try to like get entries off of here. Seeing that this dip did hold up off the 5-minute 8, that would have been a lot better, but I kind of got chopped up. I did trade it. I mean, I did take this, and then I was red on it. I took the entries here. I took about half off when we did about 270, and I was looking for that 295 break, and then ended up, kill candle, stopped out, break even on the rest. And then I think I tried a little bit more here, tried to make a push, stopped out, break even on the rest. I mean, it was pretty choppy. It was definitely pretty choppy. I guess like some things to know for myself would be like, I should be more patient on this first play and like maybe try it 2 times max. And if I'm just like trying every dip, I'm just over trading it at that point. And then of course later rips for new highs, goes all the way up to like freaking 450 or whatever. But yeah, otherwise it was super slow. I feel like I was trading too much for the energy that the market was giving me, which was not much. It was very slow pre-market, and then I feel like I got a little antsy on this one, and I ended up taking a cut on it, and I was red. And then when I tried to take this trade right here, and I did get, and I mean that's a good 50 cents right there. I mean, I should have definitely been able to make money on this, but I was a little impatient right here. And I should have just not predicted. I don't really predict things, but I should have expected that this would make a bigger pullback, especially since it made a pretty big move going into open. Should have been more patient on it. And just really hone in on this first setup. Like, I really need to hone up on this first push, first 5-minute pullback. Like, this is gonna be my bread and butter. If I am trying to take entries, I need to try to take it off of this first dip, because that's like that you got the biggest push there. Try it again. It just kind of just went sideways. But anyways, red day recap, gotta do them. Expecting to hopefully have a better day tomorrow. But yeah, today was pretty slow, but GV was definitely pesky for me. But yeah, I'm gonna take these notes into tomorrow. Hopefully try to be a little bit more patient and focus on my bread and butter setups, because nothing was super clear today. GV was about the only thing obvious at open, and I was just getting chopped up left and right on it. But I feel like I managed my risk. I mean, pretty manageable red day for me, so nothing crazy, but gotta watch the overtrading thing. Alright, y'all, that's it. Peace.